Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of the established 1982 podcast, the Geek Culture Podcast, hosted by responsibly irresponsible adults that have loved video games, comic books, movies, and TV ever since 1982. This is your boy. Nope, it's your boy, Wally Analog, and I'm joined by my homie, the gatekeeper of civility and order, Rolls Royce.
Yep.
Oh, yes. And our wish come true. It is Wish Windu.
Yes.
In the building with Moff Gideon birthday present from our very thoughtful Rolls Royce.
Still
He's just so
celebrating.
thoughtful.
Yes, greetings, Earthlings, greetings.
Yes, and we are in the building, and I drew out movies longer than normal today because we're talking about a movie. Well, we always talk about movies. What I'm talking about. We're talking about one outside of what we typically call our wheelhouse, right? We like the superhero and the comic books and stuff like that.
It's kind of wheelhouse. It's culture.
Yeah, it is.
It's sci-fi.
It is, but usually
it's nerdy.
if they're not flying or fighting or doing stuff.
Oh, that's your criteria?
This is for the culture. This is for the culture.
You're speaking for N of one.
Yeah, well, yeah,
They're not flying, fighting.
Yeah,
Right,
it
you
is
be the
what
first
it
to
is.
talk about a story. But if they're not fighting and flying.
Well, yeah, supernatural. Supernatural counts, I guess. It's supernatural.
It was sci-fi.
Yeah.
It was sci-fi.
It was very sci-fi-y. Nope.
Yeah, I would say nope.
Nope. By Jordan Peele, from the mind of Jordan Peele.
Yes.
That's what they start saying once you've been labeled with the moniker of genius. They start putting
from the
mind of. They stopped saying with my man M. Night. After a while, they was like, no, this man putting out old and the last Airbender.
Right.
No, that's when they start referencing your good movies.
Yeah, they take it back to the good old days.
When he was doing good stuff. That
Yeah. I liked Glass, though.
Well, I like intellectual thrillers.
It was good.
So
anyway, from the
yeah.
mind of Jordan Peele, his third
brown
offering
and black
to
people,
the
we'll take it. Brown and black people.
yeah, absolutely. People are always looking forward to when Jordan Peele puts stuff out because whenever he does, it's very cryptic. His trailers make no sense. His posters make no sense. You just look at it, and every time you see a trailer, you know less about it than before, right? And that was
Well, it makes
that
sense
was the
when
case
you're done,
again.
though. That's the cool thing. It's like when you're done, you look at it like, oh.
But all the way up to you have no idea. Yeah. I'm interested in people such as he and Christopher Nolan and people like that. Those movies don't have an elevator pitch. I would love to hear people say, "What's your movie about?" It's a movie where you can't really tell you what it's about without what would you say the elevator pitch? Give me the elevator pitch
way to set the
for
movie.
Correct. Give me the elevator pitch for Nope.
Here it is. So here's my elevator pitch for Nope.
Like if somebody say, "What's your movie about?" I want to fund it.
Got you. I have a sci-fi thriller for you guys, baked in culture as usual. That's going to give a really good parody of what's happening in Hollywood through the eyes of UFOs and black culture. The black culture piece of it is about the elimination of how black people or people who are working really hard, like animals in such an entertainment, get overlooked by society, yet we use them anyway to get actual views from the general public. So like UFOs.
Elevator pitch.
This is elevator. Like into that.
The elevator pitch is only like
elevator pitch ain't that long.
That was it though. So I'm gonna liken that to UFOs and unidentified objects.
Like you had it at UFO. Like when you said that, it was like that sounds.
Well, I mean, also see my other work.
Yeah.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Mic drop.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like if it was your first movie, boy. You.
So basically, all you have to say is black people, UFOs, see my last movies. That's the elevator pitch. Here you go. Fun.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because we really don't have a UFO black movie.
No. We don't be in no thrillers. We be first to go in the horror movies.
Yeah.
Usually.
Not with Jordan though.
No, because it's all black folks.
I
got close with Independence Day.
Welcome
to Earth.
Earth
with an F.
That's that Philly sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, be careful when you come slap.
So, okay, now I haven't gotten the elevator pitch.
I heard.
Now, haven't gotten an elevator pitch from Wish Kid.
Which is the setup of the movie. Yeah.
Would you like to provide the synopsis as per usual, Rose?
Two siblings who run a California ranch.
Let me read that.
Love it.
That's
horse
correct.
ranch discover
Love it.
something wonderful and sinister in the skies above.
Yes.
While the owner of an adjacent theme park tries to profit from the mysterious otherworldly phenomenon.
Right. Now, that's not available to the public before the movie.
Correct.
At
It's
all.
a bad
Like,
synopsis. That's,
right.
Like that's
they don't want.
that don't make no sense.
It
makes sense
Well,
when you see the movie.
kinda-
well, yeah.
Kinda-
The movie.
Well, hold
Here
on
we go.
now.
Here we go. Here we
already
go.
start. You have to build up to it. Wow.
Okay. Here's
Yeah,
the here's
gotta
the
feel.
Rose. Okay, here's what I and I'm gonna apologize, Rose, because I do this all the time. And for the sake of the listeners, I feel like too often I have the same conversations with you and you wish that we've had offline, and I'm repeating myself, so I apologize. But for the sake of the listeners, conversation that we had, right, going into this, Rose, right, I was like, man. And it was funny because I made the same point about my man Taika Waititi, right? Mm-hmm. He's been labeled a genius in some circles. Yeah, they talking about he don't do no wrong out here.
Oh,
yeah. Okay, so I said going into Nope. When we saw the trailer, I was like, oh man, money gone. Take my money, Jordan Peele. Let's do it. But leading up to it, Rose, if you recall, I was like, man, I may have told you the same thing. But when you're labeled with a genius, man, there's a lot of pressure, right? There's pressure. And so I was having a conversation with my wife. I was like, bruh, this is...
Hopefully you didn't say bruh.
No.
Honey?
It's yeah.
Somebody said, "Bro, how old do you know, bro?"
That is in my mind.
He said, "Bro."
Yeah, this is in my mind.
That's funny, but
Yeah.
probably saying, "Yo, bro."
Some people do call it significant other, bro. I've heard it, but you know what I'm saying.
Depending on the mood. I got you.
My sister-in-law does it to me. So she be like, "Girl," I'm like,
right, yeah, and
girl.
it's not that. Yeah, it's like, you know how it is. Yeah,
when she gets
when she gets going,
when you in your conversation.
Bruh is just like,
I hear you, girl.
Man, like. Dude, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
it's
right.
like that
I'm
now.
bro,
It
you
ain't
all the
teasing.
time.
Yeah,
I'm
and
like,
it has nothing to do with gender. It's like, bruh is just like, man, listen.
Bruh is a verbal expression.
Yeah, like, get ready for this. Like, but anyway.
Bro, I started, bro.
It derailed. Now,
Anyway,
so
sorry.
I told her, I said, I'm concerned about this movie. Because when you're a genius, one or two things can happen. Like, A, you can be like, I'm a genius. I can throw anything on the screen or do whatever it is you're in as far as art or whatever you're doing. I can just do whatever and people are going to love it. Doesn't even matter because my following is such that I can do no wrong. Or you can be that person who is, they want to live up to that genius so much that they tend to go too hard. They tend to do too much and just overthink it.
I think that's tonight.
And they overthink it.
I think so happened tonight. I think his stuff was like.
And so, in my mind, this is what my man Jordan did. I just think he overdid it, man.
Right.
I just, just me personally, I was just like, bro, while.
Are you going into your review?
Yeah,
Okay,
I think I'm going.
go.
I'm going.
I think he's going into it.
Yeah,
I'm going into it.
Okay.
So, I would rather.
He's going first.
Why don't you go first, Wally?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just stole it.
So much for ladies, bro.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Elaborate.
I would have rather he just say, you know what, I'm comfortable in who I am. I'm just gonna do it.
Can I stop you though?
Yeah.
Do you think that might be the case here? That he might just been comfortable, putting out this movie, not necessarily going, okay, I'm a genius, or it's not. I don't think it's going to his head.
No. I don't believe it's going to his head at all.
Yeah,
Jordan doesn't strike me as an arrogant person.
So
I just feel like he's working.
I think
Right.
he's trying to
you know how
top
Dr. Dre,
himself.
Dr. Dre will not put out anything because he's such a perfectionist.
Exactly.
Like he's scared
Right, I'm trying to top
to let
himself.
people.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not gonna
It's
put
like
stuff out. Yeah, I got you.
Right. And so
It's probably more on that level. Yeah.
yeah, it's not. I'm just the man.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Like like Chappelle is like that, but it hits
genius.
all the time.
Yeah, but he's a genius.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't.
Sorry.
but he's an example of what I wanted Jordan Peele to be, right? Like just do. And I may be wrong. This is just pure opinion, right? You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But based on when I was looking at it, I'm like, man, he broke what typical, I guess, people in the industry consider to be standard protocol when you're telling a story. You introduce your protagonist, you introduce your antagonist, and then you tell the audience what it is that they both want. And they typically want, when whoever, if the antagonist wants something, it's contrary to what the protagonist wants, and now you have conflict. He didn't introduce, like, he didn't get into that until like well into halfway through the movie. I mean, I guess you can count the part where they're shopping in the store to get the camera stuff, but that was real weak. I still wasn't sure.
That wasn't set up. If I can, because I'm tracking with what you're saying, and maybe it'll be easier to kind of maybe reverse engineer the conversation. Meaning, we all know that Get Out was amazing. So what do we believe the Get Out formula was that now is not the formula as we look at Nope? Because I think Get Out had a formula that made it just so amazing. That as he starts to create more movies, I'm seeing him go away from that set formula.
Yeah, he is going away from that.
But so maybe we reverse it, because I think we're trying to explain where it's different, but it's almost like, well, we all know what made Get Out so dope, and like maybe is it can you reduplicate that? Maybe is really the issue, or do we think you can?
I think he's hung up on trying to put too much symbolism in a movie that's not really necessary
because
to tell the greater right.
I mean, it was a great.
But
cultural...
he'll never. Well, I won't say never.
No.
But he'll. It's an uphill battle to try to top Get Out, man.
Like, Get Out, it was. I think what made Get Out interesting, and I'm only stating this so that we can kind of go like a comparison to Nope, because I feel like it's hard to explain Nope by itself, because whether we are doing it intentionally or we are comparing it to Get Out, like, where everyone was like, to me it was a black horror film, because I feel like if you're black and you lose your blackness and you realize that people want to buy or they are harvesting your culture, and he turned that into a physical bit, right? Not only wanting to look like it, but like the speed, the talk, the feel, right? And the subconscious, as a culture, we were like, oh snap, because it was actually a horror movie in that way, right? But then it was also a cultural horror movie that's realistic.
You talking about Get Out right now?
Of
okay.
course, yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I get you.
I'm talking about Nope.
I get you.
Nope. Yeah. So I feel like the formula is like it seamlessly told a cultural story.
That's correct.
While also having horror story bits, but they weren't your classical horror story bits. They weren't we had some cutting up and some things that happened, but it was done in a way where if you're a human being, you related. If you were an African American, you related. You got it, and it was just like almost outrageously crazy. Then he threw in some real life things like the police officers, et cetera, racial dating, et cetera. I think when we move on to Us, or even jump to Nope, I agree with you. I'm only trying to settle us in like what made Get Out dope, and I probably simplified it, but right when you jump to Nope, as I could appreciate, he was trying to bring us that cultural theme, but I think in him also trying to hit that note again and make it feel seamless, it felt like too much. Because I think the cultural part is not as obvious, and the cultural part wasn't the horror. It was more of it was like a sub story on top of a sub story on top of a sub story, and that's why I think he kind of moved away from the formula, if that makes sense. So we had this perfect synergy. So imagine a Venn diagram of black culture, horror, landing on all kind of levels, and then Us. I totally missed that in Us, and then you get to Nope, though I knew the story he was trying to tell about Black Hollywood, like that was more of a B story, because that wasn't really it.
Yeah, that was just let me give you some history.
Right, there was an entertainment culture thing that kind of happened, and then you have the UFOs, which could stand on its own regardless of the color of the characters, which shouldn't matter, but for Jordan Peele, that's the formula. And so to your point, I feel like that's where I think he's trying to out genius his genius.
Yes.
Or it's like go back to the formula and maybe spend time on that story where it all kind of naturally reveals itself.
Yeah.
So it hits like that. And I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to chime out. You guys can chime in. Us, I totally missed it. Not that I didn't enjoy Us, but I kind of missed the cultural nuance in Us. And I'm only saying cultural nuance because, again, that's what, to me, makes the Peele movies so amazing, right? It's like, going back to your Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle, yes, he's a great comedian, but when he hits those cultural pieces, that's what makes it like, you get it, right? And so I feel like I don't think he's watering it down. I just like, again, that Venn diagram is now turning into layers.
Yeah, not watering. Yeah, it's just that he's got, like you said, a bunch of sub stuff in there that I don't know
like
that is necessary. Like little PSAs everywhere. You know
right,
what I'm
saying?
Right.
When Get Out was a giant PSA. It was like,
it was just one thing.
Right, and it was the
like,
horror.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, snap, right?
Yeah.
And with a little bit of reality to it, right? And I think, and again, that's just my opinion on it. I'm definitely...
No, I agree with you.
I'm trying to, again, without going into the intellectual depth of what we know Peele can do and is, but that's where I feel like Nope, to me, was obviously like just not hitting the same cylinders. So
go ahead.
Here's what I think, and you know, Wish, you brought up a good point. Like, Get Out was. It was groundbreaking, one, because black culture never got like a true horror movie. Like, I mean, we've gotten Tales from the Hood, but nothing.
right. Which is still a spinoff from Tales from the Crypt.
Right, exactly. So
there's one episode, Tales of the Hood, that I think that we will feel very Peelish, but I'll hold on that one. The one when the slaves came back.
Right. Yeah.
Or I'll let you finish, but I think that the closest thing we maybe also gotten to was the sci-fi show that was on HBO with King.
Oh, Lovecraft?
Yes, Lovecraft.
But that was after Get Out.
Continue.
Right.
And continue.
Right. So I think black culture got a shot in the arm because now we have this. We have our Vincent Price. We have this guy,
Alfred Hitchcock, right?
When Get Out came out, it was a cultural phenomenon, and dare I say it, like when Hollywood saw all the money that was being made off of Get Out, all of a sudden now we getting Antebellum, and now we getting so you get where I'm going here. So I think. As I'm watching Nope, and like taking a week to digest it, and I made a point of watching Get Out again, but watching it with the director's commentary. I said, I just really want to know how this guy thinks. There was a lot of I didn't watch the commentary, so there was a lot of theories coming out of Get Out, but it was very cut and dry. Like it was very on the nose. And I think the formula that he perfected in Get Out was taking a cultural evil and wrapping it, like presenting it as in a horror movie.
Yeah, right, exactly. I mean, it's like much better than that. That's exactly
and it was just, I mean, it was as simple as that.
Sell
and it was
out.
like
This is what Sell Out looks like in a horror movie.
He was a person to just go connect the dots.
Yep.
Like, I'm gonna present this to you as a horror movie. Isn't racism evil, y'all? Let me show you.
No, perfect.
So,
right.
so we soaked that in. We soaked that in. I was like, yes, this is it. Like, I never watch horror movies. When this dude, when this dude puts his name on a movie, I'm watching it. I don't care how crazy it gets. I'm watching it.
Right. Correct.
So
correct. Yeah.
So I think, and this goes back to what Wally is saying. I think it's less. It might be less about genius. I think we have held him up because he did something very groundbreaking.
Created a genre.
He created he created a genre, but he also, we need to really give him credit. Like, I mean, he's a good director.
He is.
He's a really good director.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it's
his
like
stuff is beautifully shot.
It's
great.
intellectual thriller. Like which I know it's not new, but yet it is because it's like horror thriller and
and he
cultural intellectual thriller.
And I mean, he had a lot of his background in comedy, and one thing that I actually heard in one of the, I guess, special features, they were talking about, like, Jordan Peele was talking about how comedy and horror are the same thing. Mm-hmm. You set up your timing to get a laugh. The same thing happens with horror to get the scare. And he said, all I'm doing is just using the same formula.
Foundations.
So he used that in Get Out. And he also used comedy, like you see the ebb and flow.
You got to
with
have the little rail in there. Yeah.
Right, to ground you and go, okay, let me give some relief, you know.
But it's also those cultural head nods, to your point.
Right, exactly. Gabe in Us, he was the, I don't want to say corny father, but he would say stuff during a time that was like, the family's in danger, and you talking about a boat right now?
Right.
Dad jokes.
You know, like dad jokes and stuff. So with Nope,
I didn't see it in Us too, neither, though. And again, I'll let you come back to, because like Us, I definitely see the formula. Not that it wasn't good, bad, and different, but I missed it.
Right, but I think that's a point I'm trying to make is Get Out was a masterpiece, and it's very hard. It's a rapper putting out that very first album when they're hungry, like the Nas, the Omatics, and so tough. You can't. It's
Can't
like
go back to the Chronic.
Yeah, and Nas is, you know, and I'm trying to give this reference because
it's when you ate.
Well, the thing is, like, that's the rawest you're gonna get and the most pure that you're gonna get, right? So they put out that album, and it's hard to duplicate that. So I think that's what's happening. Do we think that's fair? Only because I think it's just shifting type. Because like, you think about the Russo brothers, I think they're kind of consistent. Of sorts. I'm talking about the fact of being able to consistently push something out. I'm not talking about that part. Not whether who's better than, because there's two different genres. No. But in a sense of, there's something like, we love the producer. We all talk about him all the time, from Peacemaker. Right? James Gunn.
Like we're here for it. Like y'all sold me on DC because of James Gunn. Right? And now, you know, but my thing is, he's consistent. So is it fair to think that it was such a masterpiece that he cannot be consistent, because James Gunn has a formula, and that's why we love it.
I think the point I'm trying to make is, it's almost like he started something. He struck gold. Hollywood's like, okay, what's the other? What's your next film like
we
this?
We got some money for you. We got
like
a wheelbarrow with some money.
Yeah, and again, I'm not trying to take that away from him. These are his ideas. So like, if he's putting them out, like, if
we love you, Bill.
Yeah. But but I guess what I'm saying is, like, I do feel like with Nope, it was like he was trying to wedge the themes in there, and they didn't have to be wedged in there.
We're saying the same thing.
And it was almost like
it was almost
like somebody was saying, "Well, this is your brand." And
check. Did I get a black story in there? Check. Did I have black story? Check.
Right.
That's why I feel a little sorry for him, because it's like I think we all expect him to put that message in there.
And see, that's the problem. Like, you're watching the movie the whole time,
expecting it.
And I was riding home in the car, and I was like, Rose, that's like, the movie wasn't great, but I couldn't look away because I was expecting
waiting for that
when the shoe to drop. Coming to find out, that's why the shoe was standing up the whole time.
Is that what that was about? I thought
that's what people are saying. It's like,
because people,
it was almost like he was trolling people, like, because I was waiting for the shoe to drop.
Hold on, what did you say?
I thought it was an alien there.
See, that's what I'm saying. So,
and that's the thing.
I can explain it too. Like, I have a really good theory. Like, but I mean, neither here nor there.
But then the shoe never dropped, and so I was telling Rose, I was like,
but that doesn't make any sense.
I know it doesn't, but I mean, it's there. Does it make as much sense as an alien? Like, why was the alien making stuff stand up though? Like, where in the story does it even indicate that's what the alien does?
Shoes are gonna stand up.
Right, the alien eats those who give it attention. And that period, it has nothing to do with holding up shoes or anything like that.
And if the alien was present in that moment, the studio's lights would be off.
Correct.
Well, my theory was
I can't wait.
My theory was that it was not that big yet. When I think about the fact that, I know it is just as silly as the shoe didn't drop. I mean, because we don't have an answer, right? But where I'm going with this, he did a good job of setting up this whole predator situation. Every time you saw an animal, the thing that, the octopus, like, it was like the snake swallowing a tiger, or a small animal eating a large animal, the spider. And so when he was sent this whole predator piece. In my mind, I'm like, maybe this alien did not start off at the size and doing the things that it was doing at that juncture, like of that level of magnitude, once it started picking up horses. Maybe it was able and learning and adapting to what was on Earth, but also doing other things. So in my mind, I thought the reason why the monkey went crazy is because, now people say children and animals are the closest thing to God. Like, he could see it and sense it. And he was actually trying to attack it before it attacked him.
Now, see, this
Hence
is
the
what
reason why I think he was
these
beating up that girl, but he never killed her.
And see, this is what these movies do, right?
I mean,
They have everybody. They.
I mean,
Can't clearly interpret. Everybody's got their own interpretation.
No,
it ain't even about that.
I mean,
it's not even about that.
But y'all thinking about it, like, it's not illogical because we didn't get a real. The monkey thing is the only thing to me that I can't like land the plane on. But the fact that he let people alive, I'm like, oh, maybe he saw something that humans couldn't see. Because again, the girl's alive.
Yeah. So
and he kept beating her like he was beating something.
Well, I almost felt like I almost felt like he left that girl alive so he could do that callback to the lady who got mauled by the chimpanzee. That lady looked just like
it was her.
Right.
It was
they literally.
Which is why I thought that's why the monkey wasn't. So I thought they misunderstood what the monkey was trying to do, because the monkey was actually trying to, like the horse, protect itself from getting eaten. And at the time, the alien was of a manageable size to do so. Now, just like any other animal, think about, again, a snake or something. It gets larger as it starts to take on larger pieces of prey. So I mean, this again, this is all theory.
Well, no, let me ask you this. So where's the alien in that?
I'm thinking it's flying almost like, remember we saw the Paramantis? Like, I think it's like small enough.
It's flying over the set?
Correct. Or we didn't see it because it's not the size of the mushroom yet. Because don't forget that was years before.
So
imagine it starts off at the size of a spider. And again, so it's in, if it's the size of a spider, we wouldn't have seen it because it's on set, it's small. But the chimp recognized the presence of it. When the lights went out initially, that might initially did it, but then it started to actually try like catch it and kill it before it attacked it. And then it escaped. Again, this is all theoretical.
Right. And see, these movies create such, and then you have panels which aren't as amicable as these. And we've seen it. Arguments on social media. Well, you didn't get it, and then they looking at you like you're stupid. What they call the pseudo-intellectual that's like, you making stuff up.
The director's cut to come out because
that's what we need.
Then I'll say this. Let's just take my theory off the table. From what I heard, whether she dropped or not, the whole peril of the monkey was more about the Asian character when he felt as though that he because he wasn't attacked, that he had this kinship.
I did hear that.
And able to train. And so then he tried to became obsessed with the whole show and what that is, and then tried to duplicate it with the UFO. But as you can see, he lost. So I think it was more of an intellectual play on getting commercially caught up, right, in particular parts of entertainment. And that's...
What was the show that you sent me where they explained that whole thing? The podcast.
Double Toasted.
Yeah, and they talked about how indeed. They were pointing at, I guess, the exploitation factor of it all, right? Of minority actors and animals and things like that.
I think that's a real thing.
And that was where they intimated that the kinship came from.
Correct. But that's my point. Like I said, to your point, there's layers to it, because that was a heavy theme, which was, I think, the whole point of talking about the black jockey, because he was they made a big deal saying everyone remembers who caught the motion picture, but no one knows who this black jockey is, who in fact was the first stunt actor, animal trainer. And then you have the parallel of that happening with the horse and Daniel. Like, the horses that he's telling them what not to do, they're kind of ignoring it, they're taking it for granted. At the end of the day, they try to exploit the horse, but they wind up using the green screen after all. And then we see them trying to do the same thing to the alien itself, trying to exploit it, take pictures of it, X, Y, and Z. So I think that the exploitation that happens in Hollywood and the overlooking and the ease of discarding things, which is why that's when the monkey scene makes sense to me. The discarding of things, the way they just shot that monkey, though it was the star of the show, but yet you have people spending $2 million to sleep in his artifact room. Just shows a level of obsession, level of, again, discarding things. And I think with Daniel's character, if you notice it, he used a flip phone. He came off slow. Because I think he's one of the people who are not heavily engaged in social media. He's not heavily engaged and trying to get the likes.
Slow, like
I
just
think they tried to present him slow, but he wasn't slow.
No, he was very
he just wasn't,
smart.
He just wasn't of the Matrix.
Right, he's just not. Yeah, he was unplugged.
He just wasn't of the Matrix. Because he's not of the Matrix, he's able to see things and study things that the regular person, like his sister, who's caught up in the Matrix, right? Is caught up in, and you missed it.
And that was the whole thing. That was the whole thing I got. I'm riding home in the car, and I'm like, Rose, the only thing I got out of this is, and spectacle was the key word that everybody was saying. I was more along the lines of just anything in general, whether it be social media, whether it be Hollywood, anything that we give our attention to, whatever it is. I mean, I guess that all is spectacle or whatever. I mean, it could be. And I told him, I was just like, man, all I got from that, the whole, as far as the theme is when he said don't look at it, he was just like, we're paying too much attention to what's not
we're obsessed
at all important in the grand scheme of things. And if you do, you'll get consumed. It was simple. It was a simple premise, but he did so much along the way that he didn't have to.
The Bible quote kind of set that up as well.
Yeah.
I mean, in the sense of, at some point, we give ourselves and it's going to come back and bite you, right? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not going to end well. But I don't know if we digress, but I think this goes into our conversation of not that you should be able to get it quickly, because I think Get Out had themes in it that you can continue to unpack.
Yeah.
But the fact that this didn't feel like, okay, it was about X, Y, and Z and culture and and like 2 points, it was just layering different pieces and.
Yeah,
I mean, but though I enjoyed the movie. Like, Tupac, I couldn't look away from it because I was.
You could not, because
right,
you're just waiting for what's going to happen. Like, what is he going to tie this together?
Yeah. So, like, enjoyment level, I think.
I was entertained.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was an entertaining movie. I mean, to your point, Wally. Like, I had to go back and listen to Jordan Peele interviews on this movie because I was like, what is this movie about? Because, like, I left the movie kind of like, I felt dumb because I was like, I don't get it. Like, and I'm being completely honest. I didn't get it. I got the cultural reference. That was apparent. The monkey scene, the chimpanzee scene.
I better be politically correct about the animals.
Huh?
Love I see being politically
correct.
Right. It's not a monkey. It's not an ape. It's a chimpanzee.
Chimpanzee scene. You know, it was. I understood why it was in there for Jupes, that's Stephen Yeun's character. Jupes' character development. I felt like it was important, but the way he placed it and the way he edited the movie, because it was like, okay, we got a scene about like each of the horses. Right. So it was like, okay, I'm trying to connect. So, like, I'm trying to connect the alien with the chimpanzee, and I'm like,
which is why you see where I went down that road, because it's like, well, this has to be about the alien, right?
It didn't equate. It didn't connect.
It just doesn't.
It connected.
I gave a good theory.
Yes, you did. It was wild though.
The movie was wild.
It was wild though.
The whole thing was wild.
Too wild.
Nope.
I want to ask our podcast group, like, what they think.
Again, this. I'm not trying to.
But what I'm trying to say.
Thing,
no.
But we're saying the same thing. It's like your brain is trying to force, like, okay, where's the theme here?
Yeah, and then with the shoe, I was like, okay, why is that shoe standing up? Like, I was like, it was too much. It was like, okay,
too cerebral.
Yeah, it was just like, okay, why is the shoe standing up? And the thing is, if he wants to do that, that's totally fine. I mean, he's a director. But I think the problem that I'm having is I think I was mentally trying to some of the things were so absurd that I was trying to assign rules to it, and every time I tried to assign rules to it, it did not make any sense.
I love that.
That's correct.
That's
it didn't make sense, and
good.
and I think that's where I got lost.
No, that's good.
Because I left going because I'm trying to connect the dots. I'm like, okay, you know, first this ranch has been in Hollywood since the start. You know, the great grandfather rode on the horse. Okay, what does it have to do with the horses on the ranch? Okay, well, why is an alien eating the horses? Okay, well then, why did OJ think? And then even the naming.
That was done on purpose,
like, okay,
right? And they talked about that too on the.
So what was that?
Well, I can explain the horses. The horse
OJ.
thing.
I'm saying OJ.
Yeah, he said.
No.
They explained that.
What was that?
OJ, and you know whenever you hear OJ,
it ain't the orange
the
juice.
Yeah, that was people couldn't stop looking at that. That was like the theme. One of the first, you know, like, and this is before internet. Like, we was like,
so that's what I'm saying,
glued to the TV and couldn't stop watching.
So maybe we let's just play devil's advocate. Maybe we are overthinking it, and maybe it's just simply about spectacle.
That's all I got.
And that might be all he was trying to do.
Exactly, but that's what I'm. That's
but
the
there
point
were a
I'm trying
bunch
to
of
make.
other things that didn't need to be in the movie to make that point.
But then it wouldn't be the formula.
OJ works. The name that works.
But I mean, and
monkeys
I'm
in
not,
shoes
I'm not
standing on the end don't.
It goes back to I think the beginning of this conversation. I think we're trying to wrap our brain around the formula, and maybe the formula for him is simply complex, right? Like, so a simple thing as we saw spectacle and getting caught up, and it's too simple to make a straight movie about. So then maybe he's trying to add these other things in just to show us that we're so engaged in this stuff that it's on the tip of my tongue. It's almost like why we a culture who are recording people getting beat up opposed to helping. I think like if you're trying to invoke that you're more worried about making money, because they mentioned Oprah a lot too, like these things that we have.
She had the lady that got mauled.
Right.
On her show. But they had a reveal on the show.
Right. But the things that we are watching and people making money off of, which is why I go back to the scene where he's like, people are paying me millions of dollars to sleep in this room because they're obsessed with watching people get hurt on camera. Right. So maybe it is all about the levels of being a spectacle and the level of engagement. Thinking that OJ, the actual character, he was less engaged to the most highest level of ridiculous engagement, where you're getting eaten up by the alien because you want to be in the, like, you give your life just to have this Facebook.
Like, even at
moment,
the end, she was
Instagram
make
moment.
sure she got that picture.
I mean, but go back to the director. Like, think about people who are doing these crazy leaps off of Instagram or doing these depth just to get some likes. Just to get some likes. So I mean,
see, that's where I I took
and
social media from. I was just like, man,
but that might be it. And then again, because it's Peele, we're going to assign something else in the sauce. Or he's going to create an A squared plus B squared equals C squared for something that's basically 1 + 1 equals 5.
And I'll share this with you. When I was watching the commentary on Get Out, he actually made a statement about he did Get Out earnest. He was like, I studied all of these films I love. He's a cinephile. Like, he loves these films. He was even down to like.
So you're a cinephile.
Yeah, like even like, for example, at when Get Out started, and
Lakeith.
No. Daniel Kaluuya was shaving. And he was like the white shaving cream on black skin, and like he nicked himself. That was supposed to be like foreshadowing for things. Like, he's really like every little mannerism, like even the smile when his girlfriend is like looking at the sweets, like they're playing, Childish Gambino, right? And she's looking at she's at a pastry shop, like shopping for sweets, and she has this sweet, innocent smile. He said, guys, she's gonna do that same smile when things go down.
Okay, so to your point,
like
he is being intentional about every little detail, and like foreshadowing and
And he said in the commentary that and he went on a tangent. Like the moment he really like hit full nexus is when they were doing the silent auction. He said, "This is what I'm trying to say here about slavery."
Right.
And it was like a layer cake, like slavery in different forms. And he was saying
to auction to
so
corporate to
right. So the thing is, the guy is a genius. I feel like, I guess the thing that I heard in the commentary was he said, you know, like when I start doing other films, if y'all are gonna, he made some kind of like, it was almost like he did some foreshadowing, like, I'm not going to follow this formula next time. Like, he kind of
like
said
I was going to keep y'all on the next equation, and it won't be this equation.
Yeah, so...
And so maybe that is an aha.
Man, that's how a sniper operate, man. When you hit, you don't stay in the same spot.
I mean, it's very ninja-like. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? You hit and move.
Can't be mad at it.
And then if, you know, the thing is...
I still miss us, though. Maybe off this, you guys can explain us.
I actually, and the funny thing is, after watching Get Out, I'm watching Us, and I have a different appreciation for it. Now, when I first saw it, and I got to revisit we did a podcast on it.
We did.
It was tough.
Yeah.
It was a tough one. As Drake told Draymond, it's a tough listen. It's a tough listen.
It's a tough listen.
Like, yeah. But, no, it was a tough watch, because I was like, I don't know what's going on here. I get it, I think.
Yeah,
you know?
but I don't want to open up Pandora's box.
Right.
And for someone, I pride myself off of being an intellectual, and so I too get frustrated. Like, how did I miss the theme?
But I think it's okay that you don't get it.
It's perfectly fine.
And I think that's where we're landing with this. It's like we don't have to know what happened with the monkey. If
only Jordan Peele knows.
Well, not even that. But if we walked away with, we live in a world that's caught up with being in spectacle and watching and bystander, like that's the point. Period.
That's it. Ain't nothing more than that.
Right. And anything
that's
else
all I got. And I was ready to
do the commentary before the commentary comes
out.
Out.
Right. It's like after I got that, I was like, you know, anybody else can bring what they want. But I told you, Rose, I was like, all I saw was don't be consumed by, you know, Hollywood and whatever else you're giving all this attention to.
Then
all that being said,
though, is the tokenism and the use.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But all that being said, for this movie, how do I say it?
Uh-oh. The views.
The movie fails because
facts.
The movie
facts.
I'm talking about for me. I'm talking about for me.
Me too.
It's okay, but Wally, I forgot I have a telepathic moment. I'm not
fails
connected.
For me also.
Wait. It fails because
it fails because if I have to have commentary to get the whole thing, after the movie that I sat in and spent money on, I don't know. Like I'm struggling.
Everybody knew Get Out. You know, you don't.
I mean, some rap songs. Like, I mean, you reference it. Like, you having a Get Out moment. But
the sunken place is ethereal, but you get
it. You know what? Yeah,
right. When someone says that too, because it's become a cultural.
That's right.
Reference.
That the homie in the sunken place.
Right.
With that being said, what is your score?
What is my score? Mm-hmm. I give it a 5 out of 10. It's like mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
We're just coming hard in here.
Well, see, here's the thing.
No, it's not.
But it's an enigma. This is what I told you. It's an enigma because I'm like, I can't stop looking at it. Let me because I'm waiting.
And let me give you,
you know
the
what I'm
positives.
saying? Like, what's going on?
Let me give you quick fire positives.
Okay.
The Akira reference in there.
Yeah.
When she was on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
When she was on a motorcycle and she slid and it looked just like Akira. I was like,
he put me up on game on that because I don't get into anime.
This
like
guy
that.
loves film.
Yeah.
Like I was like that was beautiful.
Only you, sugar. Go ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
The motorcycle.
Daniel Kaluuya. This
that
dude
man,
is
listen, man, that boy cold, man.
He did that.
Listen, man.
He has range.
Kiki
did good too.
Man,
Daniel did that though.
He's the man, dude.
Daniel did that.
You'll forget he's British.
His facial expressions, he has full command.
I mean, it's like when we were watching Oscar Isaac when we talked about him in
Moon Knight.
Like just the face expressions, the mood, like very intentional about every little thing was part of the character.
He's the man.
Agreed.
He's the man.
Daniel
Kiki Palmer did a great job.
Did a great job. Yeah.
Angel did a good job.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, showing fear and
he was really he was
convincing.
believable. Yeah, when that dude
now,
was scared,
he was
legit.
so convincing that I don't feel like M and OJ was as scared as this dude.
Right.
Oh, what's the face?
Nothing.
Oh, you.
No, I'm neutral.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think it's bad nor good.
I see.
I think.
But yes.
I think Daniel. I mean, to me.
Oh, Daniel.
if you're comparing,
no.
I'm not comparing. I guess I'm just saying like.
Daniel Kaluuya's no. That's I'm not saying.
I know you're not.
Yeah.
That was a face of I have no opinion on that because he did his job. Yeah. Whereas the other two I think like went above and beyond their job.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So that's 3.
Yeah. So those are.
That was only 3.
Huh?
That was only 3. You said you had 5.
I didn't say 5.
No, he said he gave it a 5.
A couple of things. Okay, he gave it a 5.
Yeah. So and I was just saying the Kira reference, the acting was great.
It was shot beautifully, man.
Shot beautifully.
It
was beautifully shot.
Wasn't it shot when IMAX?
The concept of an alien not being a ship.
Yeah,
and playing off of that trope.
Brilliant.
That was brilliant.
Brilliant.
I do think the foreshadowing of it being a predator was pretty cool.
That was awesome.
That was one thing. Like I did feel a little bit.
And when they were showing the people in the digestive tract, I was
terrible.
Like,
yeah, that was rough. That was the moment.
And you could hear people like screaming, and then it was like, well, why was that noise? And they were like, the horse was getting digested, the horse was screaming.
The whole entire time we've been seeing the digestive tract, and we didn't even know we saw it. Which is so Peele, but I actually, it's gonna sound really minor. I got chills when I realized that, oh snap, that sky isn't moving. Like when the cloud was. I was, and I've been looking up at the lately ever since. I mean,
clouds need to move.
It's one of those things where you take for granted because it's just. Clouds are clouds.
I did that with Blair Witch. I ain't gonna lie. Like when I watched Blair Witch.
See, I don't watch horror films.
Why are you standing in a corner like that, dog? Like, don't stand in a corner like that, man. Don't stand in a corner like that.
And I guess because I'm not a horror person, I miss those kind of things.
Right.
I mean, but to your point, I think it was little nuances like that I did appreciate.
Right.
Right. When he realized, don't look at it. How he fixed the horse, not to have reflection.
That's my negative.
Yeah, now see.
Okay, go ahead.
Yep.
But I have an answer for that, but go ahead.
If you stare a bear in the face and you got sunglasses on, the bear's still gonna maul you. Like, it's not gonna like.
I feel like that wasn't supposed to be as literal. I think what they were trying to do.
But they were doing that.
But hear me out. I think what they were trying to do with Daniel's character was bring out the fact that again he is not caught up, and because he's not caught up, he's able to make observation. Because notice that before he came to that theory, he was playing lessons at his father. Like we had these little flashbacks. So I think that was, even though I hear when the rule might feel really weak, for lack of a better word, I thought that was the moment to show the character difference and mindset of Daniel, and that's what that was about. Then it was about not looking the thing in his like. Granted, he is truly an animal trainer, and this is where I go back to. They try to create a parallel between him and his great-grandfather in a way of like that pioneerism, that inherited understanding of his talent and the ability that he was able to do that. And he's different in that way. For that, that's what I got from it. And I know how I do. I didn't put a lot of stock in the thing opposed to the meaning. Right.
And that was eloquently said. I just feel like it got lost. Like what you're saying is true. I just feel like with all the other stuff, and I'm sitting here trying to like.
I got beautiful mind from it. Like I enjoy watching when they talk about folks who, because he was in the world we would call him weird. You got a flip phone and you're not, but he was genius because he saw things and he related to abnormal things, which allowed him to understand the UFO.
I mean, but you said it. He's unplugged. He's not even bothered by it. He's the
guy.
He's the guy that doesn't have an Instagram. He ain't got no Facebook. He don't got nothing.
He's also antisocial.
He don't go nowhere. He doesn't talk a lot. You know, he's that guy.
But we're quick to dismiss people like that. And again, I just enjoy the way you can't, because there's a genius and a thought and a consideration about them.
And an appreciation for all things that don't.
They're unfiltered. That's what I'm a little more clean, or what's the word I'm looking for? But they're able to see things for what they are because they're not caught up.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I think I just got frustrated because there was too many. Like the moment he, I guess. Got into his genius, and he was like, "Oh, well, the horse doesn't like looking at himself, so that
didn't register. Like, how did he learn from that not to look at the UFO?
Right.
That didn't connect.
And then they even they doubled down and said, we're going to get these them floppy things with the eyes so he could.
No, it was about the movement. And also
it was about the movement?
The movement and the batteries, because when he hovered over the batteries, when the batteries died, then you knew that it was near. But
yes.
for me,
it
was trying to lure it out, and the only way to lure it out was like looking at it, right?
Well, no, I think it was about movement and trying to attract it, yes.
Right.
At the end of the day.
I see what you're saying.
Right. It was a diversion. It was probably about the eyes as much as it was about what can we use to be battery ran, but also create movement as if it was something to eat. But
where's the eyes on the alien, though?
I feel like we're putting a lot in that when there was other things that I don't think that was the point, right? Like,
but it was the point.
The point was it was a predator, and it was a lot of foreshadowing.
But it was a predator about spectacle. Like it was
the cultural part is about spectacle. The part of the
that thing was eating horses,
right?
And people.
The foreshadowing was around. It's to your point. The cool thing about it not being a ship and being an animal is it's an actual animal that you can study. That's a predator, so you can take insight on how predators respond to things and how animals respond to things. I think that's what Daniel was doing to break the code on how to get at it. That's it. I'm trying to overcomplicate.
Then the mouth was a screen, and they made a point of just
I'm taking. It's like
it's almost like
a shutter.
You saw like
the mouth was a screen.
The mouth was a screen in the beginning of the film.
Yeah, it goes back.
So I think where Get Out was like one nice.
Yes.
Seamless thing.
It was lovely.
It was like
gumbo.
To your point, it was culture, and then you have what I'm talking about with animals and and it's more like a layered thing opposed to a gumbo or something, and that makes it feel more complicated, I guess, than it should have been. But I enjoyed it. What was your score, Wally?
Just made a peanut butter and steak sauce sandwich. That's what he made. For note.
Am I gonna have to Wally you and put you in the corner?
You can.
Okay,
you Blair Witch me.
Peanut butter.
Blair Witch me.
Peanut butter is steak sandwich.
Sugar Knight, you on pause. Sugar Knight, you on pause. Wally, what's your score?
I was gonna say about 5 too.
Okay.
Because again, I couldn't stop watching it.
Peanut butter steak sauce.
Couldn't stop watching it because A is beautiful to look at.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Kaluuya is very captivating. There were moments where you were on the edge of your seat. When he thought he ran into some aliens.
Oh, that was crazy.
That was funny.
That was it.
I was like,
thought
everybody was like this. Everybody was like this.
I'm rubbing my hands right there. Oh, it's about to go down. We finally about to see.
Why did it look like that? No.
But I like that though.
But it was brilliant.
Cool.
But at the same time, he put us back down for another 30 minutes. You're like, okay, well, what is the deal?
But again, that's that formula, that comedy horror thing. Like he got you.
Yeah,
he got you that jump scare.
With the music and everything, it was like doo doo.
And that's why I don't. I'm not killing the movie because that is a storyteller's purpose. That's what it's supposed to do. Like
misdirect.
If that was a book, you gotta want to know, man. I can't put it down until I find I got the turning pages.
Right.
And you're like, man, it's going, and no, it's just 3 kids. Keep turning the page. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like you couldn't stop watching it.
Right.
I just didn't feel like it got paid off right. Right. It just didn't get paid off.
Right.
I just feel like I just.
Okay, so you give it a 5.
Yeah, 5.
All right, what's yours?
11. 11 out of 10.
11.
I don't give out scores like that, Ryan. Royce, no, you're gonna get an 11 out of me. I give it a 6.
Okay.
I give it 1 point. Because I actually enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the brother-sister story. I enjoyed Daniel.
The banter was good.
Yeah,
they were complete oil and water.
At the end of the day, she literally did everything she said she was good at. She sewed, she cooked, she did the motorcycle. So it was little foreshadowing things like that I enjoyed. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the thriller. I also enjoyed the UFO switch out and how to even set that up. Like, today, we're not the same. UFOs don't even call UFOs anymore. Like, we don't know what we're dealing with. So I thought that was really interesting.
What do you call them?
I even loved it. But there was also UFOs throughout the whole movie. There was one at the...
There was also that conspiracy theorist twist, too, where they're changing the name because they want you to focus over here.
Which is set up that it wasn't going to be an actual unidentified object opposed to it being an actual alien itself.
Right.
But the story had a UFO. The guy had a UFO in the back of his jacket. So there's still little, to your point, I don't want to use the word Easter eggs, but details that Peele still did to set up something, and it didn't miss me. I think there's this one. So if I had a critique, we talked about it. I think there's certain scenes where, again, you had the UFOs in the store and stuff, but then you had like the shoe. You know what I mean? So it was times of like you set me up where I'm tracking, and then like I lost track a little bit. But overall, I thought it was a good story, and it's gonna be another weird thing that I loved. I loved seeing Daniel in the dark. I love that he did not intend to try to light him up more,
right?
But really,
you have to be able to shoot. Like I mean, like people
you
of color,
saw,
man.
right.
That's a skill.
It
That
sounds
ain't
crazy, but I really
it's a thing.
it.
Like
this is dope that you could just.
Because Lovecraft did that well.
Yes. So I to your point, it was beautifully shot, and I think that was.
And I'm glad you said that, because that was the other thing that I really. I know my score doesn't reflect it, but I will say it is a blessing to see our people as leads.
Yeah.
In a film, like it's becoming. It's not even a thing anymore. It's like
Right.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like, okay.
Keep giving Jordan Peele that money to do what he needs
like
to
it's
do.
normalized now.
But that part, but it's also proving that it doesn't have to be a black movie, because this could have well been done by a set of actors of different hue, but it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
So it had our nuances in it, but at the same time, they were good actors. Period. It didn't have to be a heavy cultural piece of work for that to happen. And then again, the art of it was gorgeous. Even the themes of LA, like there was again little things that I feel like he was very intentional about, and it landed for me. So I give him a 6.
And he's nowhere near like M. Night Shyamalan. Like
he's not. No, he's not down
and
there.
I don't think some of that is fair. Some of the criticism M. Night is not necessarily fair.
I think it might be a little too harsh. I haven't seen Old yet, but you know.
Yeah.
I think M. Night is in the same space that we're talking about with in regards of when you had Sixth Sense. I mean, it was genius. Sixth Sense was
right.
I mean, we all like, oh, snap, he dead. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people still, again, reference Sixth Sense as a cultural thing. Like, I see dead people, right? Like,
that's correct.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
And then I think M. Night has done a good job, again, of you're watching this story, but everything's not what it's supposed to be. And so, again, like, how many times can you do that and keep building on that level of
That's hard to do, man.
Right. So
and that's interesting because we like the spectacle of that too, and it's like where's the spectacle again in us? Where's the spectacle again? And nope, you know, it's like
we're looking for the
we're
message.
looking for it. You know.
Well, you know, guys, this is actually a good segue to probably end this conversation, but this is a great way to pick up where Marvel is messing up. So maybe on the next episode we can talk about how Marvel is not consistent in what they're doing.
But Dan Kaluuya is not going to be in this Black Panther. Schedule conflicts.
So with that being said, stay
he's
tuned,
fighting
right?
UFOs.
As he should be. This was a good role for him, though.
This
is a resume role. You can always come back to Black Panther.
Well, I like
that's correct.
Last thing, I like that Peele and Kaluuya, like Peele said, that's his De Niro.
Yeah, he did say that.
And he's going to be in more movies, so I'm looking forward to it.
That's great.
He's a great actor.
Yeah, he's good.
All right, y'all. So we're wrapping on up.
You know where to find us.
Peace
out. That
Earthlings.
website, est1982podcast.com's website. Our website is beautifully done by Rolls Royce. EST1982 on Facebook and Instagram.
Patreon.
But more importantly, patreon.com/EST1982podcast is where you can pledge your $1 or more to hear us hate on
or love
stuff or love. Been a lot of hate lately, but we love some stuff too.
Keep the alien away and keep the lights on.
That's good.
There we go.
With that being said, right?
Until next time, people, we'll holler at you.
Nope.